Hey there. There are four main ways people do connection. Four patterns, four blueprints, as you've heard me talk about them, for how we show up in close relationships. And most of us have a default, the one we fall into without even realizing it, maybe. I'll go through all four today in the way I frame them. This is all rooted in attachment theory, originally developed by John Bowlby and expanded by Mary Ainsworth. I'm not reinventing the wheel here. I'm just translating it into everyday language. When I was learning this material, it helped to look at these styles from how they look in real life, real conversations. It helped me recognize the patterns more easily when I thought about them in terms of behavior. So as I describe each one, try to notice which one sounds most like you, present day. There may be one you want to work toward, and that's great. Let's focus on where you are starting, though. So see which one sounds familiar to you as you are currently, how you connect currently. The first one I call calm and connected. Attachment theory calls this one secure attachment. This is someone whose early experience of connection was generally consistent. Not perfect, because nobody's early experience is perfect, but good enough, consistent enough that their nervous system learned people are basically safe. I can ask for what I need, and if something goes wrong between us, we can probably figure it out. In adult relationships, this looks like someone who can be close without losing themselves, without codependency, somebody who can handle disagreements without their brain catastrophizing, somebody who can give space without reading it as rejection, or somebody who can be in space without reading as rejection. They still have hard moments, like we all do, but they come back to solid ground relatively quickly, and they trust the relationship even when it's uncomfortable. This one is less common than you think, or that you might think, especially among people who are actively doing any kind of personal growth work. All right, the second one I call reactive. Attachment theory calls this one anxious, preoccupied. This one develops when early caregiving is inconsistent, sometimes warm and present, sometimes distracted or unavailable. The child couldn't predict which version they were going to get, so the nervous system developed a strategy. Stay alert. Monitor the relationship carefully. Protest when connection feels threatened, because sometimes that worked. In adult relationships, this looks like someone who thinks about the relationship a lot, who notices a shift in someone's mood and immediately wonders what it might mean about them or the relationship. Someone who might need reassurance and sometimes might feel like there's no amount of reassurance that is quite enough. This attachment style might look like escalating quickly in conflict, because just underneath the surface, these fears of I'm going to be left, or I'm not enough, or this is all going to fall apart, are just right there, very close to the surface. After things get heated, someone with this style might feel ashamed of how they reacted. They know they went too far, but in the moment it felt like survival, because to their nervous system it was. That's the second. The third one I call detached, or what I sometimes call the runner. Attachment theory calls this avoidant dismissive. This develops when emotional needs were consistently met with distance or dismissal. Maybe the caregiver wasn't unkind per se, they just weren't emotionally available. Feelings weren't really talked about, vulnerability wasn't safe, being self-sufficient was what got you praised. So the child learned needing people is a problem. Handle it yourself. Don't let anyone too close. In adult relationships, this looks like someone who values independence, sometimes to a fault, who pulls back when things get emotionally intense, who might genuinely not know what they're feeling in the moment. Someone who can seem checked out or cold to someone in their relationship with, to a partner who is reaching for more closeness, who, when a relationship starts to get really close, they find reasons, consciously or not, to create a little distance. People with this style often do want connection. They just learned at a very fundamental level that wanting connection can be dangerous. So the distance isn't really indifference, it's protection. My oldest daughter has this because I dealt with depression and stuff, and so wasn't always available. Anyway, the fourth one I call push-pull. Attachment theory calls this disorganized or fearful. Disorganized fearful. This is the most complex and sometimes most painful of the four, I think. This develops in environments where the caregiver or caregivers they were both the source of comfort and the source of fear. The child might have faced an impossible situation where the person I need is also the person that I'm kind of afraid of. The nervous system had no clean strategy to rely on, so it developed a contradictory strategy. In adult relationships, this one might look like someone who deeply wants closeness and is at the same time simultaneously terrified of it. Somebody who moves toward connection and then does something, consciously or not, to push it away. It's that come here, leave me alone, come here, leave me alone. Somebody who can be reactive and then pull away or shut down in the same conversation. Somebody who might pick fights when things are going well because calm actually feels unfamiliar and unfamiliar can feel unsafe. Someone with this style might feel like they can't live with the relationship and they can't live without it either. So if this one describes your style, I want to say something directly to you. This pattern developed because your early environment was genuinely challenging. Your nervous system was doing the only thing it could with an impossible situation. So you became highly adaptable. That's a strength, even though it came from inside of a volcano. So there's all four, renamed in a way that I can understand more clearly because it talks about behavior. Which one sounds most like your default mode? There probably won't be one that is perfectly clean fit for all circumstances. You might be reactive in romantic relationships and more detached in work relationships. You might recognize yourself in a couple of these, depending on the relationship or depending on the day. Or you might be struggling to say, where do I fit? Because they all kind of sound familiar. But there's usually one that feels most familiar, most like the place you keep returning to your default without choosing to. It's somewhat automatic. Just name it for yourself, and that's the practice. Like I usually say with learning about new things, just notice. Don't try to change or fix anything or overanalyze it. Don't do anything with it right now. Just see it. Be able to identify and sit with your patterns is the beginning of understanding. And then possibly making some changes where you might want to. All right, the live this coming Sunday is going to be more on attachment, your attachment style, and the Enjoy Being Human community. I think the following Sunday is going to be about going to go through attachment in relationships in more depth, specifically in relationships. So you can always, the link's in my bio, come join us in the community, $27 a month, which is about 3 lattes or about the same as an insurance copayment for most of my private practice clients. Copays are usually about $25. But I created this community so that people can have access to mental health resources. This in therapy, let me be clear about that for regulations, but you have access to a therapist, with therapeutic knowledge, with tools and skills, and there's courses in the community and live sessions and open discussions. So if you are doing self-development work and want tools and information and support, ongoing support, come join us. I hope to see you there. I love you. Take care of yourself, and as always, I'm sending you peace and light.